No one knew the black ship's real purpose. Some called it a mercenary vessel. Some whispered it carried humanity's last secrets. Tonight, it was simply carrying a crew looking for a payday. Captain Ryn Veras leaned against the command console, eyes scanning the void outside the viewport. The black ship drifted silently near the HFY 7 mining sector, a derelict station orbiting a dead planet. Lieutenant Kale's fingers danced across the holographic display. The client wants a simple extraction, tech left behind decades ago. Should be straightforward. Ryn smirked, knowing better. Nothing about the black ship is simple. If it's easy, someone's lying, or worse, it's a trap. The crew moved with practiced precision, prepping gear and reviewing schematics. Dr. Nira, the tech specialist, examined the station's remnants. Energy readings are strange, she noted. It's like the station is awake. But that can't be right. No life signs in decades. Ryn's jaw tightened. All the better. Fewer witnesses if something goes wrong. The shuttle detached from the black ship, gliding silently toward the station. Through cracked hull panels and empty corridors, ancient machinery hummed faintly, as though the station remembered those who once walked its halls. As the team docked and stepped inside, the airlock hissed. Cold, metallic air met them, carrying a faint pulse of energy that set their nerves on edge. Kale's scanner flickered. I'm not picking up life, but something is moving. Ryn's voice was calm but firm. Then we find it first. Each step echoed through the station, a ghostly reminder that they were intruders in a place long abandoned. Shadows stretched unnaturally, machinery hummed in rhythm, and somewhere deep in the core, a pulse, a heartbeat, began to stir. It was supposed to be a simple job. Extract the tech. Leave. No one would get hurt. But in the black ship's world, nothing was ever that simple. As they approached the central chamber, the lights flickered, and a faint red glow appeared at the far end. Something was waiting for them. The station wasn't dead. It was remembering. And memories in this place were dangerous. The crew moved cautiously through the dim corridors of the HFY 7 station. Every step echoed through metal halls, bouncing off rusted walls and shattered panels. Dr. Nira scanned the environment, her eyes wide behind her visor. These readings, they're fluctuating. Not just energy, intelligence, she whispered. It's like the station is thinking. Ryn's hand rested on her weapon, eyes narrowing. Then it knows we're here. Stay alert. Shadows shifted unnaturally along the walls. Red lights pulsed deep within the station's core. Lieutenant Kale signaled the crew to halt. Movement detected. Not human, and fast. Before anyone could react, mechanical limbs shot from the walls, ancient drones, rusted but precise, with glowing red optics locking onto the crew. Blaster fire erupted. Sparks flew. Metal screeched. Ryn led the counterattack, moving fluidly between enemy fire, her instincts sharper than any AI could predict. Kale flanked the drones, taking out circuits with precise shots. Nira ducked behind a console, fingers flying across a portable interface. I'm hacking the security grid, she shouted. If I can reroute power, we might disable them temporarily. But the station didn't wait. Panels shifted. Ceilings groaned. The corridors themselves seemed to move, twisting, reshaping, trapping them in a maze of metal and ice. And then they saw it, the core. Glowing black, alive. It pulsed in perfect rhythm, as if breathing. The drones fell silent as they neared it, almost reverent. Ryn approached, hand hovering over the surface. The core's energy seeped into her suit, filling her with a strange warmth, and a whisper. You shouldn't be here. Kale and Nira froze, the sound reverberating directly in their minds. Did you hear that? Kale asked. Ryn nodded slowly. This isn't just tech. It's something else. Something alive. From the shadows, a movement, subtle, deliberate. A figure, humanoid but enhanced, stepped forward. Its eyes glowed faint blue, scanning them with unnerving intelligence. You came for the job, it said in a voice both human and synthetic. But the station, it decides who leaves. The crew tensed. This wasn't a retrieval anymore. This was survival. The humanoid's eyes flared brighter. And the station shifted violently, corridors folding in on themselves, trapping the black ship's crew inside with something that could think, strike, and kill. The station wasn't just a place. It was a predator. And now, the crew had become its prey. Corridors warped around them like living metal. Ryn's suit sensors screamed as walls stretched, ceilings dipped, and floors seemed to pulse beneath their feet. The humanoid figure led them toward the core, moving with unnatural grace. "We're not walking into a trap," Kale muttered. "We're walking inside the station's mind." Dr. Nira's hands shook as she interfaced with the terminal. "I can barely keep up. It's adapting faster than I can override it. Every system we touch fights back." Red lights flared along the walls. The station's drones reactivated, swarming from vents and panels with lethal precision. Plasma fire lit the corridors in bursts of scarlet and blue. Ryn's team fought with skill, human instincts against machine reflexes. Each drone destroyed only seemed to spawn two more, their metal plating shimmering like living skin. Kale shouted over the chaos. "Captain? It's learning from us. Every move we make, it predicts." Ryn gritted her teeth. "Then we do the unpredictable. Split up. Force it to choose." They scattered. The corridors twisted, but the crew remained one step ahead. Nira finally cracked part of the system, creating a temporary lull. "I've opened a path to the core." The humanoid figure blocked their way. "You don't understand," it said. "This station remembers every hand that has ever touched it. Every command. Every betrayal. It isn't just alive, it judges." Ryn raised her weapon. "Then we fight, because we survive." They pushed forward, reaching the core chamber. The central tech pulsed like a heartbeat, black and alive, humming with a power that resonated through the ship. As they approached, the humanoid raised its hands. "This job isn't yours to finish," it warned. Then the station shifted violently, walls collapsing inward. The floor cracked, revealing a pit of glowing energy. The crew barely leapt clear as the humanoid dove into the abyss. The core pulsed brighter, sending waves of energy through the station. Machines, drones, and the corridors themselves reacted violently, as if the entire place had awakened fully. Ryn realized the truth, her voice low and cold. "This isn't a station anymore. It's a being. And it's angry." The black ship crew stared into the pulsing core. A single thought surged in their minds. "You've come to take what is ours. Now you will pay." The black ship crew had always believed in control. Tonight, they learned how fragile control could be. The core's energy washed over the chamber, illuminating every surface with pulsating black light. Ryn shielded her eyes as the station groaned, a sound like metal and flesh fused in pain. The humanoid figure rose from the pit, now fully integrated with the station's systems. Its form flickered between human and machine, a bridge between life and metal. "You came for the tech," it said, voice reverberating through their minds. "You thought it was just a tool. It is alive, and it has memory." Nira frantically worked at the interface, trying to isolate the core's power source. Sparks flew. Circuits overloaded. "If I can shut it down, maybe we can escape." The station retaliated. Corridors twisted violently, slamming the crew against walls. Drones swarmed like venomous insects, while energy pulses scorched the floor beneath them. Ryn grabbed Kale, yanking him toward the core. "There's only one way to finish this job, face it." As they approached, the core's pulse intensified, syncing with the humanoid's voice. "Why do you always take what you don't understand?" Ryn steadied her weapon, hand brushing the surface of the living tech. The energy surged into her, visions flashing of every hand that had touched this station, every mission, every life lost in pursuit of profit or survival. And then she understood. The job wasn't extraction. The job was respect. Respect for something humanity had long ignored. Machines could live, and some places could remember. Ryn pulled back, signaling the crew. "We take nothing. We leave nothing. But we survive, and we tell the story." The humanoid figure paused, energy pulsing around its form. The station seemed to consider this choice, lights dimming slightly. Then, as if conceding, the pathways realigned, corridors settling back into their original shapes. The crew retreated, battered but alive, leaving the core untouched. As the shuttle docked with the black ship, Ryn glanced at the station one last time. It wasn't a target. It wasn't a job. It was a living witness to humanity's ambition, and its cautionary tale. The black ship drifted away, its crew shaken but wiser. Somewhere in the void, the station pulsed silently, waiting for the next hand to touch its heart.